Moving forward, to introduce and welcome our next keynote speaker, I would like to welcome Mr. V. Simpson Emmanuel, Managing Director and CEO, Roche Products India Private Limited. A very warm welcome to you, sir, and over to you.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. I'm so happy to actually do this because it's just an honor and privilege for me to introduce our keynote speaker for today's event. That's none other than Ms. S. Aparna, the Secretary and of the Department of Pharmaceuticals for the Indian Pharma Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers, the Government of India. And just everyone knows about Ms. Aparna and the work she does, but just as an introduction to her profile, she is currently the Secretary to the Government of India. Ms. Aparna is also a member of the Indian Administrative Service for the past 3 decades. She has a wide range of experience in the national, subnational, and local governments. Her principal areas of experience have been public finance, development policy, and planning, and also urban governance. Ms. Aparna has also served on the board of directors of over 15 public sector companies operating in energy, industrial infrastructure, and financial services. She has also served as an executive director on the board of the World Bank Group, representing Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Sri Lanka from 2017 to August 2020. Ms. Aparna holds a postgraduate degree in zoology, MPhil in energy and environment from India, and a master's in business administration from Melbourne, Australia. Her priorities for the pharma medical devices are to empower the industry to be more competitive globally, increase drug security and resilience, and contribute to the Sustainable Development Goals 03 through making available affordable medicines and medical devices of high quality for meeting patient needs. With this, I would welcome Ms. S. Aparna to kind of share the keynote address, please.
It's indeed a pleasure to be part of the OPPI Annual Summit, particularly on a topic of great importance and relevance in the current situation, and that is on making research and innovation the centerpiece of the policies and strategies around the pharmaceutical sector in India. I also would like to congratulate OPPI for putting together a galaxy of speakers, which I'm sure will provide great food for thought for all participants from industry and research institutions. I take this opportunity to also congratulate those who have been conferred with Special Recognition Award, Dr. Valeria, and Special Lifetime Achievement Award, Sri Cyrus Punawat. As all of you are aware, the Indian pharmaceutical sector has lived up to its name of being pharmacy of the world by coming forward to ensure availability of drugs and vaccines, not only for the large population here in India, but across continents, touching almost 180 countries across the globe. Even during the darkest days of the pandemic, we have been able to ensure uninterrupted supply of drugs, medicines, surgical devices, and medical supplies to countries across the world. It is, of course, a matter of pride that we will continue to pursue our commitment and contribution to the goals of universal healthcare by providing good quality medicines at affordable prices. At the same time, the Indian pharmaceutical sector also appreciates that there is great potential for transformative growth of the sector by pursuing innovation and research. And it is in this context that the Department of Pharmaceuticals, in very close consultation with experts and industry partners, has now launched a discussion paper, a draft policy to catalyze R&D and innovation in the pharma medtech sector. I'm happy to share that we have received extremely valuable suggestions and enthusiastic inputs from all segments of industry in the pharmaceutical sector, as well as from regulators and other associated departments. The policy stands on three pillars. The first area of focus will be regulatory streamlining. The streamlining of the regulatory framework in India will be geared towards creating a positive bias in favor of innovation. Regulatory streamlining will also be extremely important given the trends and the changing nature of the product development process in the pharmaceutical sector. We saw during the recent pandemic years that the development of both drugs and vaccines have undergone a transformation in terms of both processes as well as in terms of the time taken and the balance of benefits and risks that have been taken into account. Building upon this experience, the regulators in India will be encouraged to create a seamless integration across departments and agencies to offer a single interface to the innovator and the industry to enable them to collaborate and benefit and gain value from the process of regulatory oversight and approval. This will also involve strengthening the capacities of regulators, and there is work already which has been pursued by the DCGI as well as by the Indian Council for Medical Research. You had the opportunity of hearing the DCGI earlier in the summit, and I'm sure he must have shared with you the reform initiatives that have been taken up by the Department of Health and Family Welfare to ensure that there is a more balanced, forward-looking and progressive regulation of the sector without in any way compromising patient safety and quality of the drugs and equity in market access. The second pillar of the policy is incentivizing investment in research and development. All of you would be aware that there are several research institutions spread across departments and domains in India working on pharmaceutical research. There will be an attempt to bring these together in a collaborative networked manner to ensure that public funding is available for research on priority areas. At the same time, the government of India has also announced in the recent budget for 2022-23 that it will adopt the approach of blended finance to make available risk capital for the pharmaceutical sector as one of the selected sectors for incentivizing investment and research and development. This is indeed very good news for the industry, and we look forward to engaging with the industry on what they can provide in terms of inputs for designing the blended finance products, which would then be made available for incentivizing greater investments in research and development. You would, of course, know that there are already several large players which have cited their research outfits and establishments in India on the medical technology side. And we do hope and expect that we can see a greater flow of investment into research capabilities in India from the members of the OPPI in addition to expanded manufacturing. We have these expectations because we believe that India offers a very attractive destination for investment into research by view of the large talent pool that is available in STEM as well as in IT, which is one of the emerging areas for collaboration in pharmaceutical research, as well as a very strong manufacturing base and also a very forward-looking and wide clinical material which is available here in terms of a large number of also neglected diseases. And these are areas where we would look for incentivizing and encouraging investment through private research in the Indian pharmaceutical sector. The third area of focus in the policy, and perhaps the most important one, is that of collaboration across public and private research institutions, increased industry academia linkage, opening up the research institutions for translational research, and encouraging incubation centers and entrepreneurial development through the research institutions in the country. We look forward to combined collaborative research across institutions and in conjunction with industry players on priority areas, including those that are rare diseases, neglected diseases, and emerging areas of therapy. There is a large potential for developing the research capabilities in India in domains such as biopharmaceuticals, which is an emerging area and a very fast growing sector, in vaccine research, as has been seen in the last couple of years, where the domestic capabilities have been on show. In research in gene and cell therapy, we would also like to offer greater attention to translating traditional medicine into strong phytopharmaceutical stream for the Indian pharmaceutical sector. We also look in the coming years for greater convergence between our skills in digital world along with the pharmaceutical research. As all of you are aware, India has not only a very strong talent pool in IT, but it also has a very robust digital infrastructure and a forward-looking progressive policy framework for IT related development. And we have seen there is an emerging and evolving trend towards convergence between digital tools and pharmaceutical research, particularly in drug discovery, drug development, and also in clinical research. We do think that there is a great potential for pursuing this kind of collaborative research across sectors to deliver what has been the strength of India and will continue to be the strength of the Indian pharmaceutical sector in terms of value for the patient community without, as I said, compromising safety and availability. We do hope, and I look at OPPI members also to come forward to strengthen the research base here in India, given the large availability of talent, as I mentioned, that can then be translated into an enormous manufacturing base, which offers affordable quality medicines for the whole world. And this is the manner, I do believe, in which we can contribute to greater equity and access of quality medicines, including vaccines, for the globe, so that we can meet the SDG 03, the goal of universal healthcare. Pharmaceutical sector is a sector which is not merely a business. It is very closely related with the well-being of the human society. And I believe every single participant, whether they be a industry, whether it is a research institution, whether it is an academic institution, has a very strong motivation to contribute to the overall goals of the sector, and that contribution can come through advanced research, bringing together innovation and entrepreneurship with research and the societal goals that can be met by better products which have improved therapeutic outcomes and which can ensure that every patient is able to receive at an affordable price the medicines required not only for life, longevity, but also for maintaining the quality of well-being of the entire uh, human society. I hope that the discussions that we have in these 2 days, particularly the session headed by member Niti Aayog tomorrow on vaccines, Dr. Paul will be chairing that session, will bring up ideas on which further work can be taken and Indian research position in contributing to the global goals can be taken forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Madam Aparna.